Good evening and namaskar. A warm welcome to the seventh day of Parampara Festival hosted by Spigmike. We are unified by arts, which transcends ideologies, differences, and boundaries. Today we have here with us Sri Sikkal C. Gurucharan for a musical conversation. Let us begin the session with an introduction about Gurucharanji by Ikra.
Namaskar everyone. I am Ikra Malik from Uttam School for Girls, Ghaziabad. I recently gave my 12th board exams. Sri Sikkal C. Gurucharan is among the foremost young performing musicians of Carnatic music in India today. He is the grandson of Sikkal Kunjumani, elder of the internationally acclaimed flautist, the Sikkal sisters. Gurucharan has been under the tutelage of Vaigal Sri S. Gyanaskandan since his childhood. Vaigal Sri S. Gyanaskandan was a disciple of Sri Dandapani Desikar and Sri Senmangudi Srinivasa Iyer. Gurucharan ji is currently being mentored by the Sri B. Krishnamurthy. Gurucharan ji is an A-grade All India radio artist. The magazine India Today featured him among 35 game changers under the age of 35 in India, a list of young achievers from different walks of life. Equally good at academics, he was awarded the Best Outgoing Student both at school and at college. He also graduated with a gold medal for excellence in academics at college and later completed his master's degree in financial management from Loyola College, Chennai in 2004. Sikkal Gurucharanji's first concert was held at the prestigious Music Academy under the aegis of the Gyanaskandan Trust in the year 1994. From the time he decided to devote himself to Carnatic music as a full-time professional, there has been no looking back. Apart from performing the traditional Carnatic music, concerts conforming to the Paddhati style, Sikkal Gurucharan and pianist Anil Srinivasan have brought together the classical piano and Carnatic vocal music to create a format which has been termed as devastatingly beautiful by the legendary guitarist John McLaughlin. They have several albums to their credit. The duo has performed and collaborated with renowned artists in India and abroad. Sikkal Gurucharanji is among young musicians who stand as youth ambassadors for the future of Carnatic music. He has released various albums and recordings in the Carnatic music, devotional, and contemporary genres. Sikkal Gurucharanji has received various prestigious awards and titles. The prestigious Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar from the Sangeet Natak Academy in 2007, Isai Peroli, Yuva Kala Bharti to name a few from an exhaustive list and various Best Vocalist and Best Concert awards from numerous sabhas of Chennai for the Madras Music Season Festival. Sikkal Gurucharanji is also a recipient of the prestigious Fulbright Scholarship from the United States India Educational Foundation for the Research and Teaching category. Sikkal Gurucharan has been actively supporting the Spikmeke movement and gives regular performances at various institutions all over India. His grandmothers, the Sikkal sisters, famous flutist duo, used to perform a lot of Spikmeke in the 1980s and 1990s. We thank him for continuing their legacy and tradition. We welcome you, sir. We are very honored to have you with us for Spikmeke Parampara Utsav.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ikra. We have five young bright minds with few questions to ask you, sir. If we may begin the session now.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
So, first question by Arav.
Namaskar everyone. I'm Arf Parashar from Bal Bharti Public School, GRH Mark, New Delhi. I study in class 6. So here is my question to you. Can you share with us your childhood memories of your famous grandmother, Sikkal Kunjumani, and her sisters, who were well-known Carnatic flutists? Were they instrumental in you choosing Carnatic music as a career in performing arts? Was it easy for you as many members of your family were into Carnatic music?
I think you asked me was easy for me. Did you ask that? I think the last bit got faded away. Anyway, I guess that's what she tried to ask. So yeah, everybody kind of knows in the music scene that the Sikil family is known for its flautist legacy, and I am happy to be the odd man out, the singer who has come out to give performances. Although my grandmothers, my aunt, my mom, and several others, they're also good vocalists. They can sing really well because they learn songs only through singing. And they taught me only by singing songs and asked me to repeat. Being from such a musical family, it has helped me great deal in absorbing all the nuances of this wonderful classical art called Carnatic music, as well as how this classical art becomes a performing art. Because I see in my grandparents and my grandmothers, whenever I used to go with them for the concerts, they were like whole new people on stage because they used to practice, and when they performed, I started realizing that a lot of other things started surfacing, a lot of unplanned things, and they were like in a different zone, and I really didn't understand what that zone was until I started performing at a competitive level myself. So I really owe it to them for inculcating a sense of realization of this art form called Carnatic music in my early years. Of course, the lessons were not very formal in my early years. They were quite informal, and they didn't thrust this legacy on me. They just felt that I would probably do better if I took just one single focus called Carnatic music vocal rather than playing the flute. And because as I said, I'm the odd man out, also because I don't know to play how to play the flute at all. Every member of my family from my mother's side, at least they know how to play to the Kriti level of Carnatic music, but I just know probably to play 3 or 4 notes on the flute. It was again their advice to me and to my parents that let us not kind of make him lose track or lose focus from Carnatic music vocal, and let him stick to singing alone. So that really helped me in maintaining that focus till date.
That was enlightening, sir. So the next question is from Bharat.
Namaskar, I am Bharvi Nayak Kalita from class 8B of Bal Bharti Public School, Gangaram Hospital, Ma, from New Delhi. And my question is that do you think it is easier for a young person to pursue his interest in arts if someone in his or her immediate family has similar interests? How difficult will it be for someone who has no such inspiration or support from a family member?
I think this is the question of the hour, I think, right? A lot of talk has been going about those having a family background and those who are outsiders in an art form. I think, yeah, it's a very important question that needs to be addressed. At least I can talk only about my industry, which is Carnatic music industry. I would say, I would admit that getting an entry into singing was a little sooner than I expected. And much to my surprise, it was not because of my grandmothers who were already famous musicians. It was because of my guru, Vaigal Gnanaskandan sir. He was a performer, but more than a performer, he was a guru, and he was also into the administrative side of All India Radio Chennai. He was the producer, zonal producer of All India Radio Chennai, and he was the one who made sure that I got onto the stage very early. So singing on stage and getting to perform was something that I was able to do because of the blessings of my guru, Vaigal Gnanaskandan. But later on, when my grandmothers started taking me with them for performances, it was easy for me to kind of get an access or get to know people within the Chennai Sabhas, the Sabha circuits, and but nothing came without struggle. And nothing came without auditions. I was asked to sing maybe in their homes, or whenever I met them, they used some of them used to come to our house, to our grandmother's house, And my grandmothers never failed to ask me to sing before such illustrious people. And that was an acid test, I would say. Each time I was made to sing in front of very senior musicians, very senior aficionados of Carnatic music, it was as if I was put under this test, whether I passed or failed. I would never know. And it was because of them that they put on a word with the other organizers. And I'll always say this, that the first entry into a performance, it's probably easy being from a music family. But then the second and the third chance, the subsequent chances that you get, it's all on you. You have to make that effort. And especially in Carnatic music circuit, if you are not good, the audience will definitely, they will never even come close to promoting you among the ranks of Carnatic music performances. I've seen that because when the audience, some of the senior Sabha secretaries, some of the very knowledgeable people, they didn't shy away from the fact, no, they didn't shy away from advising me at very crucial junctures. They even used to bypass my grandmothers and call me and tell me how to improve my singing, and I really owe it to them as well. So if they had thought that this is a guy from a family of musicians and he is going to get it easy and he's going to anyway come up come up the ladder of Carnatic music, they probably would not have given their advice. But they really looked out for me, and they made sure that their advice was heard by me. And if they had realized that this boy is not making any progress, despite being from a music family, I would not have gotten to where I am today. And it's all because of sheer hard work and also a lot of grace of God, I would say. And luck also plays an important factor. And most importantly, perseverance is what drives musicians and artists forward.
We have one more question from Bharvi.
Yeah.
Yes, my next question is that what was a topic of research from the Fulbright Scholarship?
The topic of research was the evolution of Carnatic music as an art form in the United States. So that was the research I chose. That was actually, at least on paper, that was what I chose. But upon reaching UC Davis in 2015 to do this Fulbright Scholarship, it was a happy accident that happened, which kind of took me away from the research, and it actually opened a lot of newer avenues and newer areas of research. For example, Dikshita's Kritis, a lot of ancient Tamil literature, and a varied repertoire of songs that existed in Carnatic music right from the Sangam age, roughly the 1st century. And I was able to get in touch with a lot of professors who were very well informed about Carnatic music, both as a classical art form and as a performing art form. I was able to see what was the routine before and how the routine has changed now, and how things have changed and how things are constantly undergoing a change. So those 4 months, although my research was on paper about evolution of Carnatic music in the US, that did happen, but I just took on a lot of other areas of research as well, which just happened due to the interactions with students and professors. So it was a very enriching experience, I would say.
Thank you for sharing the enriching experience with us. Yeah. We have the next question from Pulkit.
Namaskar, my name is Pulkit Pandey. I am a student of Sheikh Anandram Jaipuria School, Ghaziabad, and I study in class 10. My question is, how was your music learning schedule under various gurus? How easy is it to adapt to the different techniques and the styles? Did you have practice every day? And can you share with us your legacy of such gurus which you are continuing, including your grandmother?
Yeah, so each guru had their own regime and they had their own do's and don'ts. The most lenient of all gurus were my grandmothers, who were also my first gurus. Actually, my first guru was my mother, Maithili Chandrasekharan, who who taught me not by making me sit in front of her and teaching, but she taught a lot of kids at home, and I was just one to roam around and play. And while doing that, all this music kind of involuntarily went into my system, and I was able to reproduce some of those lessons when she asked me to sing. So in that way, yeah, she did teach me a lot of beginners lessons. And then, of course, my grandmothers, when they came to know that I do show a good share of promise in singing, they immediately put me under Vaigal Gnanaskandan, who was at that time, as I said, a producer of All India Radio. He was a very strict taskmaster, I would say, and for him, practice makes perfect. There used to be 2 classes every week, and punctuality was his forte, because he was also in All India Radio and he knew the value of time. If the class was supposed to begin at 8 a.m. in the morning, he would expect me to be there seated, ready with the mattress and the shruti box and a cup of water and everything at 7:55. And he used to walk up the stairs, and if he found me absent from the room, I would never hear the end of it. And I even remember a very valuable grounding lesson I got. I was a small boy at that time. I kind of mistakenly thought that he probably expected me to be ready in the class, meaning he wanted me to sit in the mattress and get ready even before he came. So he was there coming up the stairs and watched this young boy sitting comfortably, ready to start. And usually we do stand up when elders enter, and this was my guru. I had no idea that I should do that, and he gave me an earful, I would say. And from that day onwards, it really struck me hard how to. Some lessons are even more valuable when you learn it from the right people. Probably if my parents taught this, I would not have remembered this till date. But my guru really told me the importance of respecting elders and standing up as paying respect to those elders. Of course, the lessons continued with Gnanaskandan sir, and I started seeing different shades of Gnanaskandan sir, because from a strict taskmaster, he became such a lovable person. The moment he finds that you are a talented, a promising student, he goes out of his way to help you. He ran a trust called Gnanaskandan Trust. He used to give regular programs, because according to him, the more a student sings in front of an audience, the better it is for him or her, because they get rid of stage fright, and they are more at ease with learning by making mistakes on stage. So that was his way of teaching. And then when his health kind of faded, another opportunity came to me through Sangeet Natak Academy and their fellowship program, where I was put under Mahavidwan B. Krishnamurthy sir. It was a project. It was supposed to be a limited month project, mainly focusing on rare Ragam Tanam Pallavis and rare Kritis of the Trinity. But then it just became a regular session for me. Even today, I'm happy to be his student, and his learning method was so different, because at that time I was already a performer, and it was a welcome change for me to go back to the classroom to learn as I was performing performing as a mainstream classical musician. So I was able to balance that activity really well, and it was fascinating to see his perspective of melody and rhythm. And he always stressed on how not to waste any single line in Carnatic music, any single melody or any phrase. There should be no wastage. This used to be his mantra. And if I gave a Sangati, he used to make me repeat again and again till I got it right. And I never realized that I was making these mistakes till I went to B. Krishnamurthy sir. So, and apart from that, I also must say that these were the formal gurus that I had, but I really owe a lot to these informal gurus. That is the set of musicians that I move with. They may be senior or they may be my age. Each concert with a set of team members that I go on stage with, they teach me so many different things. So many legendary percussionists, so many legendary violinists. They have taught me invaluable lessons on Carnatic music, and also how to behave on stage as well as off stage. I think that's very important in today's world.
Thank you for sharing the importance of guru and punctuality. So the next question is from Srishti.
Namaskar, I am Srishti Bhatnagar from Uttam School for Girls, Ghaziabad. and I'm in 12th class currently. So my question is that how difficult or easy was it to continue your music training and busy performance schedule while pursuing academics? And you were good in academics as well. So can you give us a advice for maintaining the balance?
I don't think I can give an advice because students generally don't like free advices, I'm told. But for me, it was easy. I didn't struggle too much to balance Carnatic music and studies because my father was very clear that till I finished my 12th grade, I should not, engage myself too much in public performances. And that was also the sentiment that was shared by my grandmothers because to answer the earlier question about how easy it is to get a break, my grandmothers were of the type that felt that this boy needs to learn a lot more before going on stage. So till 12th standard, I don't remember singing other than the Arangetram, the formal inauguration concert that you give as a young kid. The Arangetram and a couple of marriage performances here and there. My father he was very strict that the lessons should continue, but I should not spend too much time away from studies. So till 12th standard, I think that helped. And when I joined Bachelor of Commerce, and it was a different kind of responsibility that I became aware of myself because people started looking up to me as this boy who came out of Vidya Mandir, who can sing and who is from music family, and they expected me to sing in college every week during the prayer hour and during every cultural meet. And at the same time, they expected me to perform because I came from a school and I had done well in my 12th grade. So I had to kind of maintain that standard in college, and by God's grace, I did. It was only when in 2002, when I finished my postgraduate from Loyola College in Masters in Financial Management, that I seriously went into music performances full time. Till then, it was all in bits and pieces. I used to perform mainly during the December season in Chennai. And the rest of the 11 months, it used to be either listening to concerts with my grandmothers or with my friends and preparing for exams and making myself a better student in both Carnatic music and education. But once I finished Loyola College, it was the same father who said that you have to wait till getting into performances. He was the one who advised me, saying that now that you have finished your financial management post-graduation degree, why don't you just try taking up music as a profession, because it looks to me that you probably will get a lot of chances. People do have faith in you, so just give it a try, and if it doesn't work, you can always go back to work. So that was his advice, and I'm really grateful for that advice. And till date, I didn't have to go back and do any 9 to 5 job in my career.
Thank you, Guru Charanji. The mantra of balancing arts and academics would definitely be helpful to us. So the next question is from Tanushka.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanishka Behel and I am from St. Anandram Jaipuria School, Ghaziabad. Namaskar sir, my question to you is, why is Chennai considered as the Mecca of Carnatic music? What are your thoughts?
Mecca of Carnatic music, yeah, it's a phrase that I've heard many times. Yeah, Chennai has always been the main hub of Carnatic music, surely because of the number of sabhas that are here. I think last December alone, there were like 90 odd sabhas or organizations that organize concerts, and almost 3,500 to 3,800 concerts that happened in one single month. So that should give you an idea of the number of concerts that take place in Chennai in December. So December is kind of like the peak of the peak time performances that happen in Chennai. After that, January, February, March, and performances still continue. So since you have so many sabhas, and sabhas have patrons, the sabhas have members, donors, and different sponsors, to keep the sabha running, to keep the money kind of circulating, they do organize concerts every month. And to my knowledge, this year has been quite different because of this COVID pandemic. But a usual year, only the month of June and a little bit of July is kind of the lean season for Carnatic musicians in terms of calendar, because that is the only month that they usually don't have that many performances. But the rest of the 8, 9 months, it's almost packed. Like every week they have performances. That's the main reason Chennai is known as the hub of Carnatic music. Earlier it was Tanjavur, which was called the cradle of Carnatic music just before the 1900s. But after the Maratha kingdom was taken over by the British Empire, people started migrating to Madras because it was where the patronage for Carnatic music through the landlords and the noblemen and the diplomats started happening, and they formed these groups of uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for a moment in between. Please continue.
So yeah, Chennai is that's where when the I'm sorry, this technical difficulty. So as I was saying, after Tanjavur kind of got displaced because of the British taking over the kingdoms, people started moving to Chennai, to Madras, which was called Madras in those days. And people used to congregate in little groups to listen to Carnatic music. And the earliest Sabha was formed only in Chennai. I think it was in as early as 1850, if I'm not wrong. It was called Tondai Mandalam Sabha, and they used to conduct concerts in a school. And there also used to be a lot of temple concerts happening in Chennai as well. And but with the advent of the Madras Music Academy in 1927-28, things changed, and the music season started to emerge. Every Margari or every December month, there were sabhas being formed, and so sabhas conducting music festivals that continues even today. But I should say that music, Chennai as the Mecca of music, I don't know if you can even use those two words in a sentence anymore. Mecca and Carnatic music. There might be people who would object to that. The world has changed. But Chennai is the place that musicians throng to make a name for themselves. But today, ironically, I would say that after they've made a name in Chennai, it's abroad. It's out, the places outside of Chennai that they visit during February, March, and April to kind of earn more fame and name. And they come back to Chennai. But the December Music Festival has been one of the main yardsticks to measure a performer's. I can talk about myself. It's a yardstick to measure my success rate, because it's the time of the year that you're absolutely put under test. You have 20 performances in 30 days, and every performance is some performance have the same repeat audience, and you need to be as unique as possible during every performance. So you need to put your best foot forward, and you need to be at the top of your game every day. So that really tests you and I think that number of concerts, the number of sabhas, and the number of audiences that you have in Chennai is so high, and everyone is so passionate about Carnatic music that Chennai is still, I think, called the veritable hub of Carnatic music as a performing art.
Thank you, Guru Charanji. It was good to know about the Margari Utsavam. The next question is from Arav again.
So my question is now, how did the idea of performing the Western piano start? Can you share with us the process which you went through? Did you expect great success with that format? When you started the initiative, what do you think of such collaborative music?
See, I've always been a fan of collaborative music. I think any kind of melodious music, two streams of melody-based music, if they come together and if they appeal to you, I don't find anything wrong in pursuing that. But I was not personally involved in any other music form other than Carnatic music until 2006, when Anil Srinivasan and I worked on this album called Madirakshi, which was a very new concept at that time, wherein we had just the Carnatic voice and the Western piano, and we didn't kind of predict whether it will be a success or a failure. We just did it because both of us loved the sound of it, and also the producer of the album, Charsor Digital Workstation, they also felt it was a very new sound that people are going to listen to. And thankfully, that's what happened, and people started enjoying these two different instruments. They started enjoying the way melody and lyrics started getting into the front of the picture. I think that was about it, and it worked for me because I didn't have to change my style of rendering. We took songs that were suited to that format. We didn't kind of include songs just for the sake of it. We worked with popular poems from all over India, and the rendition style of both of us, it stayed true to our education and stayed true to what we learned. And I never stepped out of my comfort zone, and Anil didn't have to step out of his comfort zone. We just made sure both of us were very creatively comfortable doing this collaborative venture, and that's how I think it clicked.
That does sum up how music transcends boundaries. So the next question is from Srishti.
My next question is that you have performed at various educational institutions for SPICMAKE. Can you share your experience with the association with your SPICMAKE?
Oh, I love performing for SPICMAKE because I just as the music season is an ultimate test for musicians, they have to be on their feet constantly. SPICMAKE tours for me and my fellow musicians, they are a source of great inspiration and excitement for me every year. I started as a SPICMAKE artist only through your all night long festivals, the Yamini and the conventions. And even then, it was kind of very unique and difficult because I had to sing at 2 a.m. in the wee hours of the day, and it was funny to find some of the students actually sleeping, in the auditorium, but many of them were wide awake and raring to go, to listen to Carnatic music. But then, thanks to some very good contacts and very good well-wishers in SPICMAKE, I got to visit some excellent parts of our nation to further the cause of Carnatic music, because this is a challenge. I take this as a very positive challenge because it's easy for you to sing in front of people who can appreciate and who know Carnatic music. But for those who don't even speak that language, how is it that you will convey the concepts of Carnatic music? That was the challenge I had in the earlier tours. I remember once during a tour of North India, I think Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. In that circuit, me and my team of musicians, we met so many students in one day, and it used to be a morning, afternoon, and evening concert in different schools in Dehradun and other places. So each place, it was so different. We went to an army school. We found the students to be absolutely, they were so silent, and they were maintaining the decorum within the auditorium. They were so silent that they didn't even clap after after the concert. But then there was this school for it was a school, a regular school where the children were like I wouldn't say noisy. They were so excited to listen to music, and they were clapping during even in between songs when we didn't even expect such applause. And there were students who were laughing when we were singing, and I had to actually stop my performance and ask them what was it that they were finding it so funny. And they said that one little boy, very smart boy, he said that he was amused by the hand gestures that I was doing in a concert. So I had to explain, what these gestures mean and why is it that we use so much of hand movements in a concert. And I started explaining about what is creativity in Carnatic music and say things like that. So SPICMAKE concerts are a great source of knowledge for me, and I eagerly look forward to every year visiting a very unique part of our country, a very unique set of students and professors, and generally a very unique set of audience. And I truly believe that it is these audiences that can take Carnatic music forward. We need to expose them to this wonderful art form that is present in this part of the country. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Pulkit again.
Pulkit is on mute, is it?
Yeah. Pulkit, can you?
Sir, my next question is, there are so many Carnatic musicians who have their own styles and continue their gurus or family's traditions or parampara. How different is your style and approach? And in what way do you see yourself different from other musicians?
Because I feel a style of a musician is something that we don't consciously create. It's something that the audiences perceive. People have acknowledged my style to be an amalgamation of grandmothers, sickle sisters, and a little bit of Semagudi Srinivasaya, who's my guru's guru. But later on, they also find shades of another set of musicians in my music, and I seriously don't know what is my style of performing. So I would like to think that I would actually want to sing in the style that I'm most comfortable with, in the languages that I'm more comfortable with. So each one has to be unique in their own way, and that's how people remember them. Today we talk about Samagudi Srinivasa Ayers, Kalpana Swarams. We talk about Madhurmani Ayers, Kalpana Swarams, KVMs, Neraval, and all these people have their own unique representation of their musical skills. And I just hope I'm able to achieve that someday. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So we have the final question from Tanishka.
So, sir, my question is, what do you think of arts and its relevance during these extraordinary times? The various challenges faced by the artists and artisans, careers being displaced, performances cancelled, and livelihood affected. Please share your thoughts.
Yeah, it's a very rude shock for all of us now here. Everyone is affected by this COVID pandemic, and I can't say that one set of professionals have been affected more than the others, because everyone, we have our own difficulties right now. Myself personally, I think when the first lockdown was announced, I didn't think things would be this bad. Um, the optimist that I was and I am, I probably thought maybe come April or mid-May things would get better, and we will just go about our own business of performing everywhere. But that was not the case, and things are far more serious than what we initially thought it would be. So I think it's all for a good reason, and the world has to be a safer place first, and only after that can we even think about arts and other things. So, but I should also acknowledge the fact that the online world has evolved so much now, and I really didn't think Zoom, Teams, WebEx, Skype, and WhatsApp, all these things would play such an important part in Carnatic music. Uh, I wouldn't have believed you if you had told me so even in January this year. Now it looks like there are so many concerts happening on Facebook, Instagram, and it just shows that arts can adapt. Artists, they just need to wait it out, just be patient, and we will definitely get over this extraordinary situation. And we all know that people who are doing the real work out there in keeping this pandemic at bay, they are just doing whatever the best they can, and we need to give them the space and time to set things right. And until then, it's a different world that we artists are going to live in. It's going to be more online based. A lot of teaching is happening online. Personally, for me, I've been involved in a lot of concerts that I sing from my home. and classes that I take from my home to various batches of students all over the world. And it's been a very unique time for me as well. I'm learning so many things about this art form and how it can survive even ordeals such as what we are facing right now. So I really hope things improve. And I usually sign off every online event with this with this phrase that I look forward to meeting you all in real, in this world again. So better not get used to such online activities extensively, and we need to start meeting very soon. Let's work towards that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for all your time and responses. Over to you, Chinmaya, sir.
Namaskar, Gurucharanji. Thanks for being there today and the lovely interaction which we had for the last few minutes. As a young student volunteer of SPICMAKE in the 90s, I had the good fortune of interacting and coordinating with your grandmothers, Sickle Sisters Ji, for programs in schools and colleges in Delhi and Chennai. And now the legacy continues. I am now feeling privileged to coordinate this session of yours today. So a small request, can we request you to sing a song for a few minutes before we proceed on to your recorded concerts?
Sure. Hiranmaye Lakshmi Sada Bhajami Hiranmaye Lakshmi Sada Bhajami Hiranmaye Lakshmi Sada Bhajami Namanavashrayam Tyajami Hiranmaye Chiratara Sampat Pradhan Kshira Buddhi Tanayam Chiratara Sampat Pradhan Kshira Buddhi Tanayam Harivakshasthalayam Harinim Sharanakisalayam Harivakshasthalayam Harinim Sharanakisalayam Karakamalabhrita Kuvalayam Marakata Manimaya Valayam Hiranmaye Shvetadvipavasini Shri Kamalambikam Param Shvetadvipavasini Shri Kamalambikam Param Bhuta Bhuvya Vinasini Bhusura Pujita Varamataramajjamalini Manikya Bharanadara Mataramanjamalini Manikya Bharanadara Gita Vadya Vinodini Girijam Samyaviram Sangita Vadya Vinodini Girijam Samyaviram Shita Kirana Nivavadana Shrita Chintamani Sadana Pita Vasana Guru Bhugamathulakantam Lalitam Hiranmaye Lakshmi सदा भजामि हीनमानमाश्रयं त्यजामि रम्य.
Thank you so much for the lovely rendition, Gurucharanji. We'll now proceed for the recorded concerts of yours. Can we request you to give us a few details of the concert which we'll be streaming now?
Definitely. All these videos have been taken from my YouTube channel, Sikil Gurucharan Official. These are all excerpts from various live concerts that I've given in the past few years. You'll be listening to a few of those excerpts. The first one is the Saveri Varnam, along with Shruti Sarathi and Sumesh Narayanan, that I rendered at the YouTube pop-up space recording held in Chennai in November 2019. After that, you'll listen to Dikshita's song again, Pavanat Maja Agacha. This was recorded in Bhakta Anjaneya Temple in Maryland, USA, along with V. Sanjeev on the violin and Sri R. Shankaranarayan on the mridangam. After that, just a little bit of Alapana of Kamboji Ragam that myself and V. Sanjeev, we rendered in a concert in Chennai in November 2019. So just to give you an idea of how raga exploration happens in between the singer and the violinist. After that, very short clippings of another concert that I did in December 2019 at Sri Parthasarathi Swami Sabha. I think you will be listening to a song of Bharatiyar in the Ragam Sindhu Bhairavi, followed by a song by Shuddhananda Bharati in the Ragam Abheri. And if there is time, I think finally you'll be listening to a Purandaradasa Kriti and Arunachala Kavi Kriti, which again was recorded with Sanjeev and Sri Shankaranarayanan at the Bhakta Anjaneya Temple in Maryland, USA. So this is the playlist that you're going to be listening to. It will be short excerpts, and if you want the full video versions, you need to go back to the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Thank you for the details, Gurucharanji. We thank you once again for having accepted our invitation and joining our Speak Make Parampara series. We'll now proceed with the streaming of the live concerts. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. All the best and take care. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sari ma pa da da pa ma ri ma pa da sari sa pa ma da pa ni pa da ma pa sari ma pa da ni da pa ma pa sa ni da pa da ri sa ni da pa ma da pa ni da pa da sari gari ri da gari sa ni da da sa ni da pa ma gari sa ni da ri sa ni da pa ma gari sa da sa ya ya su da ya ni me ko ri sa ya su da ya min me ko ri sa ya ma ru ru ko na ya ri ra gi ri ni be la yo Shri Venkatesha gi ri ni be la yo Shri Venkatesha ga ru niu ja ite samaya mu sa ri ga ri sa ri sa ga ri sa ni da pa da ri sa ga ri ga sa ri da ri ma pa sa ri ga ri sa ri sa ga ri sa ni da ma da ri sa ga ri ga sa ri da ri ma pa da da pa ma ri ma pa da sa ri sa pa ma da pa ni pa da ma pa sa ri ma pa da ni da pa ma pa sa ni da pa da ri sa ni da pa ma da pa ni da pa da sa ri ga ri da ga ri sa ni da da sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa ni da ri sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa da sa ga ra ga su da ga ga ni me o ri sa ga ra ga su da ga ni o ri sa ga la ga ma ru na ri ra gi ni be la yo Shri Venkatesha gi ri ni be la yo Shri Venkatesha ka ru niu ja ga ide samaya mu sa ri ga ri sa ri sa ga ri sa ni da pa da ri sa ga ri ga sa ri da sa ri ma pa sa ga ri ga ri sa ri sa ga ri sa ni da ma da ri sa ga ri ga sa ri da sa ri ma pa da pa ma ri ma pa da sa re sa pa ma da pa ni da ni ba da ma ba sa re ma ba da ni da pa ma pa sa ni da pa da re sa ni da pa ma da ba ni da ba da da ni ga ni da ga ti sa ni da da sa ni da pa ma ga re sa da ri sa ni da ri sa ni da ba ma ga ri da sa ra chuda ni me o ri ga cha la ma ru ru ko na ri ra ki ri ni ve la shi ve ga de sa ka ru cha yi de ya sa ma ya mo sa re ga ri sa ga ri sa ni da ga ri sa ga ri ga sa ri da sa ri ma ba da da ba ma ri ma ba da sa ri sa ba ma da ba ni da ni ba da ma ba sa ri ma ba da ni da ba ma ba da ni da ba da ri sa ni da ba ma da ba ni da ba da sa ri ga ri da ga ri sa ni da sa ni da ba ma ga ri sa ga ri sa ni da ri sa ni da ba ma ga ri sa da sa ra su Dani paina ru Dani paina ru nai vela Dani paina ru nai vela da pa da pa ma ga re ma pa da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ma pa da ni da pa da ni paina ru nai vela da ni ba da pa ma ba da ni da ma ga re da sa re ma ba da sa re ma pa da ni da pa ma da ni ba da pa ma pa da ni da ma ga re da sa re ma ba da sa re ma pa ma ni da pa ma da ni paina ru nai vela da ni da ma ga re sa da ma ga re sa ni da pa da sa re ma ba da ni da ri sa ni da pa da sa ri ga da sa ri pa da sa ma ba da ga ri sa ni da pa ma da ni paina ru sa ri sa ni da pa ma ga re sa da sa pa ma da pa ni da pa ma ba da sa ri sa ni da pa ma ga re sa da sa pa ma da pa ni da pa ma ba da sa ni da pa da ni da pa ma pa da ma ga re ni da pa ma sa ni da pa ri sa ni da pa da ma ga re sa da sa re ma pa da pa ma ba da sa ma ba da sa ri ga ri sa ni da ri sa ni da pa ma ga re ma ba da sa ri ga ri sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa re ma ba da ni pa ri ne na ru na ga i vela da ni pa ne na ru na ga i vela da ni pa ne na ru na ga i vela sa ra chuda ni me ko ri cha la ma ru पवनात्मजा गच्छ परिपूर्ण स्वच्छ 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 परमात्मपूज पवनात्मजा गच्छ परिपूर्ण स्वच्छ परमात्मपूज पाहि मां जय 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 नव 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 जय जय पवनात्मजा गच्छ परिपूर्ण स्वच्छ परमात्मपूज पाहि मां जय 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 नव 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 जय जय पवनात्मजा नव व्याकरण निपुण नव विधांत करण नव व्याकरण निपुण नव विधांत करण नव व्याकरण निपुण नव विधांत करण शिवराम हरि कृष्ण शिवराम हरि कृष्ण शिवराम हरि कृष्ण शिवराम हरि कृष्ण श्री गुरु स्मरण पवनात्मजा नव व्याकरण निपुण नव विधांत करण शिवराम हरि कृष्ण श्री गुरु स्मरण पवनात्मजा गच्छ परिपूर्ण स्वच्छ परमात्मपूज पाहि मां जय 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 नव 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 जय जय पवनात्मजा कपट वानर वेश कपट वानर वेश काव्य नाटक कोश कपट वानर वेश काव्य नाटक कोश कवियूत परिपोष कमनीय भाष कपट वानर वेश काव्य नाटक कोश कवियूत परिपोष कमनीय भाष अपगताखिल दोष हत राक्षस वेश अपगताखिल दोष हत राक्षस वेश अपगताखिल दोष हत राक्षस वेश उपनिषद पद घोष उदिता मित्र द्वेष परिमित संतोष अभिरूप मणिभूषरि भुजय बल विशेष जपतमाद्य विराश परिमित संतोष पवनात्मज परिपूर्ण स्वच्छ परमात्मपूज्य पाहि जय 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 नव 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 जय जय पवनात्मज निज निव परि सदा पवनात्मज गच्छ ததரி ந ததரி ததரி ததர்ஷீன நரநலனோ நரநலனோ நரநன ததரநலனோ ததரநலனோ na 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 na
ஆத்திச்சூடி இளம்பிறையணிந்து ஆத்திச்சூடி இளம்பிறையணிந்து மோன திருக்கு முழுவெண்ணியார் ஆத்திச்சூடி இளம்பிறையணிந்து மோன திருக்கு முழுவெண்ணியார் கருநிறம் கொண்டு பார்க்கடல் மிசை கிடப்போன் கருநிறம் கொண்டு பார்க்கடல் மிசை கிடப்போன் கருநிறம் கொண்டு பார்க்கடல் மிசை கிடப்போன் முகமது நபிக்கு மறையருள் புரிந்தான் முகமது நபிக்கு மறையருள் புரிந்தான் இயேசுவின் தந்தை இயேசுவின் தந்தை என பல மதத்தினர் இயேசுவின் தந்தை என பல மதத்தினர் அடியார் எப்படி பாடினரோ அடியார் எப்படி பாடினரோ அடியார் எப்படி பாடினரோ அடியார் எப்படி பாடினரோ அடியார் அப்படி பாட ஆசை கொண்டே அப்படி பாட ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினவோ அடியார் அப்படி பாட ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினவோ அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடைய பிள்ளையும் அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடைய பிள்ளையும் அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடைய பிள்ளையும் அருள்மணி அருள்மணி வாசகரும் ஒரு உணர்ந்து உனையே அருள்மணி வாசகரும் ஒரு உணர்ந்து உனையே எப்படி பாடினவோ அடியார் அப்படி பாட ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினவோ சிவமே சிவமே குருமணி சங்கரரும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருமை தாயுமானார் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருமை தாயுமானார் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருஞ்சோதி குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருமை தாயுமானார் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருஞ்சோதி கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினார் கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினார் கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினார் கணிதமிழ் சொல்லினார் கணிதமிழ் சொல்லினார் கணிதமிழ் சொல்லினார் இனி துணை அனுதினம் கணிதமிழ் சொல்லினார் இனி துணை அனுதினம் எப்படி பாடினவோ அடியார் அப்படி பாட ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினவோ சிவமே எப்படி பாடினவோ சிவமே சிவமே ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಥ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಥ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಎನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಥ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಎನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಥ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ನೀ ಎನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣನಾಥ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣಗೆ ಜೀವ ಭೀತ ಗಣನ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ. ವಾಣಿಪತಿ ನಾಥ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾರತಿ 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 ರಮಣನೆ ಅಂಜನಾ ದೇವಿಯ ಆತ್ಮಜನ ವಾಣಿಪತಿ ನಾಥ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾರತಿ ರಮಣನೆ ಅಂಜನಾ ದೇವಿಯ ಆತ್ಮಜನ ಸರಿ ಮಮದ 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 ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣಗೆ ಜೀವ ಭೀತ ಗಣನ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಎನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಪಾಂಡುಸುತ ಭೂಮಂಡಲೇಶ ಪಾಂಡುಸುತ ಭೂಮಂಡಲೇಶ ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗನ 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 ಭಕ್ತರ ಪೋಷ ಮೂಲ ಗುರು ಮಧ್ವರಾಯ ರಾಗಿ ಪಾಂಡುಸುತ ಭೂಮಂಡಲೇಶ ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗನ ಭಕ್ತರ ಪೋಷ ಮೂಲ ಗುರು ಮಧ್ವರಾಯ ರಾಗಿ ಮೂಲ ದೈತ್ಯರ ಮೂಲ ದೈತ್ಯರ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಡಲನ ಮೂಲ ದೈತ್ಯರ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಡಲನ ಮೂಲ ದೈತ್ಯರ காவி விழிகளில் காவி விழிகளில் காவி விழிகளில் உன்முரு ஒளிர்ன காவி விழிகளில் உன்முரு ஒளிர்ன கனிவாய் திருநாமமே பண்ண காவி விழிகளில் உன்முரு ஒளிர்ன கனிவாய் தனிரேவும் திருநாமமே பண்ண காவி துணையை பிரிந்தபட அன்னமானாள் நான் சொல்லுவதென்ன காவி துணையை பிரிந்தபட அன்னமானாள் நான் சொல்லுவதென்ன பூவை திரிசடை நித்தம் நித்தம் சொன்ன புத்தி வழிய புத்தி நிலை மன பூவை திரிசடை நித்தம் நித்தம் சொன்ன புத்தி வழிய புத்தி நிலை மன பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் சிறை உன்ன பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் சிறை உன்ன பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் சிறை உன்ன பஞ்சமகில் பாவி அரக்கிய காவல் சிறை உன்ன பஞ்சமகில் பழம் சீரம் என்ன பஞ்சமகில் பழம் சீரம் என்ன கண்டே கண்டே சீதை கண்டே ராகவா கண்டே கண்டே சீதையை கண்டே 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 சீதையை கண்டே 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 சீதையை கண்டே கண்டே கமந்தே சானித மகரி சனி கண்டே கண்டே சமங்க மதடி சங்கித மகாரி கண்டே கண்டே தனி மத கமதனி சனி தம மகரி சனி கண்டே ததனி மம ததனி கக மம ததனி சனி தம மகரி ச கண்டே தனி த மதனி ச க மதனி த த மக மதனி சனி தம கண்டே மக மதனி ச மக மதனி ச க மதனி ச மதனி சனி த மகரி ச கண்டே சதனி நீ நீ சதனி த ததனி நீ சதனி மதனி த மகரி ச கண்டே சமமரி சனி தனி சதனி நீ சதனி மணி த கத மகரி ச கண்டே Magari sa sa mama mama, magari sa ga ga ga, ga magari sa sa mama, ida magari sa ga ga ga, sa sa ga ga sa sa mama, sa ma ga mama sa ga, sa ma ga mama sa da ba da ba ga magari sa sa ga ga, sa sa ma ga ma ga ni sa sa ga ga do ni sa ga ga do ni sa re re da ni sa sa da ni sa ma ma da ni sa ga ga do ni sa re re da ni sa ma da ni sa ga da ni sa re da ni sa da ni sa ma 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 da ni da ma da ni ni da ma da ni da ni ma da ma ni da ma da ma ga ma da ni 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 da ni da da ma da ni da da ma da ni da da ni da ma da ni da ga ma ga da ga ma ga ni ga ma ga za ni da ma ga ma da ma ga ma ni da ma ga ma za ni da ni da ni da za 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 ri ni ni da ni da za 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 ri ni 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 da ni ni ma ma da da ni 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 da 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 ni da ni da za da ni za ma ga ga za ma ga ga za ma ga ma ga da ni za ma ga ma ga ga ma ga ma ga ga ni ni da ni da ni da ni za ga da da ni za ma da da ni za ma ga ma da ma ga ma ga ni da ni za ma ga ma ga ga ni ni da ni za ga ga ni ni da ni da ni da ni ni da da ni ni da ma ga ma da ma ga ma ni ma ga ma za ni da ni za ga da ni za ma ga ga ni ni da ni da ni za ma da ni da ni da ma ga ni za ma ga ma da ni da ni da ga ni da ni da ga ni da ni da ni da ni da ni ga ni da ni da ni da ni da ni da ni da ma da ga ma da ni da ga ma da ni da ma da ni da ni ga ma da ni da ma da ni da ni da ni da ni da ga ni da ni da ga ni da ni da ni da ni da ma ga ni da ni da ni da ni da ma da ma ga ni sa kan de si ne
धन्यवाद विद्वान सिकिल गुरुचरण जी और सभी साथी। आज की हमारी संध्या यहीं पर समाप्त होती है। हम अपने सभी सपोर्टर्स का सहयोग हेतु आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एचआरडी, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कल्चर, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स, मिनिस्ट्री गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, एसआरएफ, तक्षशिला, बजाज, आइशर, एयर इंडिया, दैनिक जागरण, दशोका, इंडियन ऑयल, पायोनियर, डॉक्टर लाल पैथ लैब्स, राल्को, टाइटन, दूरदर्शन एवं और भी सभी साथी जिन्होंने अपना अमूल्य सहयोग स्पीक मैके को प्रदान किया। और कल का ये परंपरा उत्सव का हमारा आखिरी दिन, कल शाम 6 बजे से हमारे साथ होंगे श्री शाकिर खान जी एवं श्री समीहन कशालकर जी। सो हमसे जुड़ना ना भूलिए कल शाम को 6 बजे से। धन्यवाद, शुभ रात्रि।